former Speaker of the House of Representatives, Emmanuel Nuquay, a lawyer and a politician. He's now Senator of Margibi County. He's lucky. He was elected in 2005. 2017, he will run as a running mate to Joe Boakai. They didn't win the elections, but he will come back in 2020, surfacing as a senator of Margibi. We decided to extend Senator Nuquay an invitation because Representative Musa Bility has always accused him of being one of the real back pressing behind this whole executive policy change and the legislative influence. He says Nuquay doesn't talk a lot, but he's at the back influencing everything. Senator, good morning. It's good to have you, man. Long time.
Yeah, good morning, Clarence. Thanks for having me. Good morning to all following the show.
To see you is difficult, except we met recently. Sometime after every year, I see you one time.
No. We all are busy now.
I know. How is everything, by the way?
Well, pretty good. Give God the glory. We're managing one day at a time.
Yeah. Let me ask you one question today that people may not have asked you before. Were you considering the risks involved in becoming a running mate to Joe Boakai in 2017, leaving from your position as a representative, especially at the time when you were a speaker? Were you just taking a risk? You knew all the implications?
Well, basically, everything happened for a purpose. Yes, indeed, there were risks. We calculated the risks. But again, whatever God has destined for you will surely happen. I'm here as a senator. We didn't win that time. But today, I'm here as a senator. The people of Margibi said to me, well, we did not reject the ticket because of you. We rejected the ticket because we didn't want a UP third term at the time. So come and be senator. And they voted me overwhelmingly. So I have no regrets.
Yes. When some people thought all was politically over for you, not knowing you were, calculating your comeback. Did you see this thing coming? The senator thing, you were sure of winning?
Well, basically it was not something that I anticipated. But nobody knows the future. Things can happen along the way. All we do is to pray to our God, and then wait. Whatever God has for us will definitely come to pass, and that's what I believe in. I'm a child of God.
And I know we'll go into the main issue, but I just want to ask you some of these questions. Now, even doing the removal of Alex Tyler, and I'm taking you back, I don't know why most of these lawmakers will always have this thing in mind that, look, Nuquay is not a talking tap, but he will pull the trigger. The talking tap in the context of maybe having press conferences and being in the public, but he's a guy who pulls the trigger. When he wants it done, it's going to be done. They see you as that guy who influenced a lot of things from the back. Do you know that?
Well, Clarence, let's leave that for another day. I'm here for a specific issue. So please.
Are you a trigger puller?
No, I'm not. I'm not. I'm a team player. I always like to work with a team. I always believe that when you work as a team, you derive good results and you're always successful.
Wow.
So I believe in teamwork.
Except that the whole Tyler removal you were not seeing, but you will later somersault as a speaker.
Well, that is behind us.
Yeah.
So let's move on.
How is Margibi?
Margibi is good. I think Margibi is okay.
You're on your break now. Have you been to the county?
Yeah, I was in the county yesterday. I was in Kakata in Langutan community where we inducted the leadership. In fact, a son of District 5 who moved in Kakata when we established Class A FM, settled in Langutan community. And then he was elected initially for a 2-year term. He said he was re-elected. So yesterday, the representative District 5 and I graced his occasion to have him inducted for the second time as chairman for Langutan community.
Okay, that's good. Now let's move on. Recently, You wrote the Liberian Senate, and I know I read that communication. You wrote sometimes in June. I think the 30th of June has tend to be corrected, or probably that was the time the letter came on the floor. You had some issues with pricing, with storage at the LPRC. The Senate set up a committee investigated, made recommendation. The executive came up with something else. Since then, Musa Bility has been talking about it. He thinks it's not right. Others have been saying it's not right. Just give us a backdrop, if you were to historicize that your letter, what culminated into it, and all those kinds of things.
Okay, so I want to give you a copy.
Okay. Okay.
This what you have in your hand is called, and I hope you can put it on your page so that those who follow can clearly understand what we are discussing here. You see on the Ministry of Commerce and Industry Petroleum Pricing Structure. This is for 1st to 30th September 2024. Whenever there is an announcement for the prices of petroleum products, you hear the final figure. Perhaps 99.99% of Liberians don't know how many different charges go into that figure. So all of those charges, some of them are government taxes that go into the prices of petroleum products, are detailed in this petroleum pricing structure. As chair of the Public Corporations Committee, we review the petroleum pricing structure and then initially identify three key items that we felt were not justified, that were troubling and unfair. The first has to do with financing. By having conversation with the folks at LPRC, they indicated to us that importers of petroleum products, before they import a consignment of petroleum products, they go to the bank, they get a letter of credit, and then the bank charge for that. So they have all along insisted that should be a part of the pricing structure. It should be part of it. It should be incorporated in the structure. That means before they import a gallon or whatever consignment of petroleum products, they don't have money. The bank will have to issue bank guarantee, and while the bank is going to charge them, we should pay as a country. And I felt that was not justifiable because I know some of these people been in the industry for more than 15, 20 years. And you cannot say being in the industry for more than 15, 20 years, you don't have your own line of credit. Every time you have to import petroleum products, we should finance it. Practically go and credit the money, and we will pay the bank charges.
The government.
The Liberian people, because it's part of the price, it's like 2 cents per gallon that we have to pay. So we flag that in our communication to plenary. We flag the issue of storage because when from the inception of this government, storage was 35 cents. The new management team reduced storage to 30 cents. And then sometimes in May, they reintroduced 5 cents. The initial conversation was low. There's no justification for you to reintroduce the 5 cents. And then we requested that, okay, if you have to reintroduce 5 cents, we have problems in our counties. I recall even the president and I traveled to Gibi, where she boldly told the people that come the next budget, there will be road fund money appropriated to each county. And we've been having this conversation that we cannot continuously leave bulk money with the executive for road fund, and critical road works are not being done in our counties. So we've been discussing that in the next budget, we will a portion of the road money for road works in each county. So when I saw that, I recommended that, look, let's move to 5 cents to road fund. That will generate annually around maybe $7 to $8 million. And then each county can have good amount of money to do critical road works in the county. They push back on that, but we were still having a conversation. Somewhere down the line, we asked them for details of this quote-unquote storage charge. they said that in the storage charge, they have their regulatory fees embedded in storage. All of their regulatory fees are embedded in storage. We asked them, what is the universal storage charge? They said it's around 5 cents. Okay, then why do you have 30 cents or 35 cents? They gave the same reason. All of our regulatory fees are embedded in storage. Then we asked, but the private tank owners are benefiting from the same thing as
you were asking LPRC?
Yes.
Okay.
And LPRC indicated that, yeah, we made it this way. We are trying to see how we can restructure it. But it's good that you are asking these questions. We all can work together to restructure. So we move on to evaporation. If you look at the page, the item 16, when you buy a gallon of gas, maybe you haven't known that, but every time you bought a gallon of gas, you pay 30 cents for evaporation, not for gas that go in your car. You pay 30 cents. As you see on the pricing structure, if it is a gasoline, it's 30 cents for evaporation. If it is a fuel, 2 cents. Jet fuel, those that fly, 30 cents.
30 cents.
HFO, 2 cents for evaporation. The tank owners and importers, and even LPRC, claim that when these petroleum products are stored in the tank before they are sold, certain quantity, some level of evaporation takes place, and we have to pay for that. So it is embedded, those charges are embedded in the price of petroleum products. I told them, we raised and said this was not fair. Well, we proffered the communication on the floor, and then that was referred to a joint committee headed by the Ways and Means. We had a public hearing. We invited LPRC, Commerce, Importers Association, Business Association, MedTech. If you look on that pricing structure, you see at the 5 is MedTech, but it was removed because government felt that including MedTech for inspection purposes could have further increased the price.
I see MedTech 00000.
Yes. So we invited MedTech also, and the private storage terminal owners association, which comprises mainly Sherry, Adala, and Musa, and Adala is the head. We invited all of them. They didn't show up. Commerce and LPRC came. We had a conversation. They indicated at the hearing on the issue of financing, now look, financing was at the level of 4%. But when we came, we reduced it to 2%. But we are open to further conversation to either reduce or remove. But we need to have a conversation with the importers. We say, okay, but they are not here. So we move on to storage, and LPRC indicated, look, we made this thing like this, but it's quite troubling to us because we have all of our regulatory fees concentrated because we have been responsible for this. New players enter the market, and they are benefiting from it, getting fees for services that we are providing. And we've been trying to see how we could separate, but there have been a lot of pushback, but it's good that you are involved. So we look forward to working with all of you. So we asked, again, the question, what is the universal storage charge, 5 cents? We asked them whether they have petroleum pricing structure for some of the countries around us. They said yes. We have they gave us for Sierra Leone and Nigeria. And I will give you, I don't know if I sent it to you. So this for Nigeria is 2.58 naira per liter. And if you convert that to a gallon, it will be around 9 cents of 9 point something naira. And if you convert that to US dollar, yeah, it's less than 1 cent. This is the one for Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone is $4.70 per ton. Storage is $4.70 per ton. For gasoline, if you divide by 350, because 350 gallons in a ton. So if you divide 4.70 by 350, you get less than 2 cents. So what people are paying less than 2 cents for in Sierra Leone and less than 1 cent for in Nigeria, we are paying 35 cents here in Liberia. So we indicated to them, no, I mean, this cannot continue. Yes, it has been happening, but this is about time for us to right it wrong. On the issue of evaporation, we had a conversation, same as plain as universal standard. We told them it was excessive. So, cut long matter short, concluded and then made a recommendation to plenary that we should reduce financing by 1%, since it was 2% then. And then storage, we should separate LPRC charges, regulatory charges from storage charge. So storage can be actual storage. And then for evaporation, we should reduce it to 1% until we could have further conversation and perhaps remove everything. Because one other issue we raised with them, the charges for evaporation, as you have on the petroleum pricing formula or structure here, as you see, only benefits the tank owners and the importers. And our question to them even was, what's about retailers? Why if I buy 2,000 gallons of petroleum products and take it to Ganta or Kakata and fill my tank and I have to sell for maybe 1 more 2 months? So is there, are you saying that evaporation does not take place at that level? There was no answer. But evaporation is only for importers and tank owners. It's not for retailers. So we say it was grossly unfair. If retailers are allowed to survive on their margin, then importers and tank owners should similarly survive on their margin. So we did a communication and then to the plenary, made our report, and then the report was endorsed. We reduced storage to 10 cents and then restructure included LPRC regulatory charges, and then the communication was sent to the president. The president and his team reviewed what we submitted to them. I'm quite sure they did a research and decided storage to be 5 cents. And they also decided that the 5 cents we opted to be added to road fund, they also added 4 cents and made it 9 cents, and said that instead of it being to road fund, it should be support, I think, to county roads or county equipment, since government was contemplating, or government is contemplating, bringing in yellow machines to do road works in the county. This money was going to help the counties. They also included 2 cents for social services. So those two amounts, those two charges will raise an amount of maybe 16.7 million annually. That will help the counties. $13 million will be going to the counties, 3.2 or 3.7 million dollars will be going for social work, for different programs. So that's where we are. Thereafter, as you rightly said, Musa got inflamed and he began to attack. But I'd like for you to critically look at the pricing structure. I will give you 3 documents that will clearly demonstrate that Musa is very wrong. If you look at this petroleum pricing structure, you see item number 1 is what you call the Platts, 2 premium freight and insurance. So you add the Platt charge to the premium freight and insurance, you get the total, then you add the financing, and then you get the total per metric ton. So from there, you come to government charges, item 8, government taxes. You have import levy, 25 cents added, sales tax, 20 cents added, surcharge suspended for some of them, and then custom user fee suspended for some of them. From there, you come, the heading, see, I want you to see the heading. It says, add LPRC charges.
Charges.
Do you see it there?
I see. All LPRC charges.
What's the first one on there?
Storage.
Did they say add Musa Bility charges?
I don't see that.
Did they say add Sumber's charges? Did they say add importers charges? It says, this petroleum pricing structure says, add LPRC charges. And the first item there is storage.
You say that to me what?
Storage is government money. It's for LPRC. Storage is LPRC's core business. That's government business. Storage is for LPRC.
But Musa says there was an agreement he signed
I'm coming
with
to
the LPRC.
that. I'm coming to that. I'm coming to that. His own agreement will clearly demonstrate to you that storage money is not for him, it's government money. So, okay, let me hold you here and take you to Musa's agreement and you talk about it.
Yeah.
I want to read the first, second, third paragraph.
I think I should have it.
Yeah, I sent it to you.
Yeah, Musa also sent it to me. Let me see yours.
Oh, so
yeah.
it said the 21st day of June 2012. I have a contract for him. That is the 21st day of June 2012.
LPRC. This is the Petroleum Storage Agreement, Republic of Liberia, Monserrado County. Let me see, when is it? What day is it? 21st day of June 2012. Yeah.
so let me read for you. It's very good that he sent it to you. So I like to read the third paragraph. It says, whereas Swimmers represents that it is engaged in the importation and sale of petroleum products pursuant to the license issued by LPRC. Did they say that Musa was issued a license to engage in commercial storage of petroleum products?
Let's hear you. Go ahead.
I'm asking you.
I'm reading through.
Yeah,
let's go ahead.
You have it, read it. Whereas Swimmer represents that it is engaged in the importation and sale of petroleum products pursuant to the license issued by LPRC. LPRC issued a license to swimmers to engage in importation and sales of petroleum products. Then I'd like to read the fifth paragraph.
It says, for fifth.
Yeah. So where swimmers further represents that utilizing the property, sufficient operational storage and loading facilities can be provided for the Liberian market on a regular basis, and to this end has requested LPRC to issue to swimmers the license, column A, for the importation and sale of petroleum products on the Liberian market. Importation and sale, not storage.
And B?
And B, to provide bungarees services and the importation and transshipment of petroleum products from and within Liberia.
What is the bunkering services?
Well, I don't know much about that. I think bunkering is where you keep the petroleum for transshipment. I think so. I don't know much about that. So, but it has...
Is the bunkering services here not the storage?
No, it's not storage. It's not storage.
I'm just asking.
It's not storage. So let me take you to Can 5. Can 5, where this will corroborate with the
Can 5.
No, Can 5 is going to corroborate with the pricing structure, because on the pricing structure it says LPRC charges, and the first item there is storage, meaning storage is for LPRC. In his contract, LPRC restricted him. So Can 5 says swimmers shall use the storage and loading facility exclusively. You have it. Do you want to read it yourself?
Yeah, let me read it.
Yeah,
let me read it.
Can 5.
Can 5. Swimmers shall use the storage and loading facility exclusively for the purpose of supplying and distributing petroleum products on the Liberian market in general, and specifically to any prospective concessionaires on such commercial terms and conditions as shall be agreed between Shemets and such third party or parties. Shemets,
no, period.
Period.
Yeah, then continue next paragraph.
Yes, Shemets shall not store any other importer or importer's product in its facility without LPRC's approval. And any violation of this will subject Shemets to pay to LPRC the regular storage and handling fees. But it says without LPRC's approval. Musa insists all of what he's been doing has been with LPRC's approval.
So if it has been with, so does it make it his entitlement? Does it make it his inheritance? No. So otherwise, LPRC says to them, look, we don't want you to store petroleum products. He'll be going around at storage charge because it's a storage charge for him. So storage is not for Musa. Storage is for LPRC. And that's why in his agreement, he was restricted that his contract is exclusively for the purpose of supply and distributing petroleum products on the Liberian market. And he is forbidden from storing products for importers unless LPRC, that is the owner of storage, say yes. You know, you are not supposed to, like, you come to work here every day. You are not to sleep here. But then, if your employment is okay, maybe if you work until it's late, we can allow you to sleep. And then after some time, you started coming, maybe you influence your boss and say, let me just be sleeping. Even they allow you to sleep, but it doesn't make your entitlement. And when they say move, you say, no, it's for me, it's my entitlement. That's what he's doing here.
Was the Senate committee concerned about asking LPRC why did it continue to allow Musa Bility's company to do storage when it was not in the agreement that it would have done storage?
Well, there's a new management team. They also indicated that these things been happening in the past. They tried to take some measures, but it was at the time we called them. So they were open to work with us to ensure that these measures are taken to improve the sector. So I also like to take you, that's the second. So the first thing is that, which I presented to you, the petroleum pricing structure clearly shows that storage charge is not for Musa. He claimed, they took the money from me, that my money is not Musa's money, it's government money. This storage charge is government money. And in fact, you can ask anybody in the petroleum sector, it was 20 cents. When LPRC was doing their tank farm rehabilitation, they asked for 10 cents. During President Ali's term, the 10 cents were added, and then when President Weah came in, they continued to work with Motherwell and completed the rehabilitation of the tank farm. The 10 cents remained there. That's government money. That's not Musa's money.
Okay. An expert in this area just sent me a message. He said, Clarence, bunkering services mean the supply of fuel to ships for powering their engines. It has nothing to do with storage.
Okay.
Now, Senator,
I'm coming. So, from the petroleum pricing structure, storage is for LPRC. It's under the caption "Add LPRC charges," and I show it to you. And I want you to put it on your page.
I see.
So that as we are having conversation, people can see what we're talking about. From the petroleum pricing structure, storage is not for Musa. From Musa's own contract, storage is not for Musa. Musa registered his company for the importation, distribution, and sales of petroleum products. And what he has been doing is like you register your vehicle as a private vehicle, and the next day you commercialize the vehicle. That's what he's been doing.
What led to this communication, Senator Nuquay?
No, I'm coming. Let me don't try to impute you. So from his contract, he is not entitled to storage. He didn't register. He doesn't have a contract with LPRC for storage, petroleum storage. Then I want to take you to an act granting exclusive rights to the Liberian Petroleum Refining Company for the importation, sale, and distribution of petroleum and petroleum products within the Republic of Liberia, approved July 26, 1989, published by Authority, Government Printing House, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Monrovia, Liberia, July 31st, 1989. I sent this to you this morning.
Yeah, I also have that.
Okay, so please go on the third page and read the first paragraph. I want you to be sure.
I'm granting exclusive on the third page.
No, the second. Yeah, third page.
Third page. Where you have any law to the contrary.
No, the first paragraph.
First paragraph on the third page, section 2.
No, it's not a section. This here. I said it to you.
Yeah.
Okay, but I will just read it.
Can I just point out here? Let me read it.
Yeah, here.
Okay. Right here. The Liberia Petroleum Refining Company shall be the sole and exclusive wholesale distributor, of petroleum products and shall have the right to choose and or designate persons and entities that shall be given or provided products for retail sale and distribution. I see it.
No, that's all? No.
That's all.
That's all. No, let me read it. You didn't read it. The importation of all petroleum products for Liberia domestic market. That's what you read?
No, but where your finger was is where I read.
No, there's a paragraph here. This paragraph.
Oh, okay, the first one up there.
Yeah, like I said, the first paragraph.
The importation of all petroleum products for the Liberian domestic market for internal use within the Republic of Liberia and or for transaction through the commerce of Liberia shall be the sole and exclusive right of LPRC, and that no entity, individual, concessionaires, public or private corporation, nor any governmental entity, foreign or otherwise, shall import petroleum products into the territorial confines of the Republic of Liberia, except with the written consent of the Liberia Petroleum Refining Company, duly approved by the President of Liberia.
Okay, so this is an act of the legislature granting exclusive right to LPRC for the importation and sales of petroleum products. It went further to indicate that that right could be deferred to individuals and institutions unless or through the express written consent of LPRC approved by the President. Musa's contract and does not meet the scrutiny, cannot withstand the scrutiny of this act. He got a written consent from LPRC. He got a written consent, but this written consent was not approved by the President. So he cannot even go to court. By this act, he cannot.
So LPRC have been doing the wrong thing.
They've been doing it. I mean, yes, those who've been there, they've been doing the wrong thing. So by this act, yes, swimmers got the contract, but in the face of this act granting exclusive right to LPRC, this contract is not valid. Musa cannot go to court. On the other hand, by his own contract, by the provision of his own contract, lessons given him for importation and sales of petroleum products, and especially in Camp 5, where he was forbidden from importing any importer's petroleum product except with the consent of LPRC.
But Senator Nuquay, this agreement,
the last one, the petroleum pricing structure. That's why I told you to put this.
We'll put it on the screen. Don't worry.
Supposed to see it. But just by this pricing structure, there's nothing here. Storage is for LPRC. It's not a private business. And Musa did not register to store petroleum products or importers.
But the 2012 agreement Musa Bility's company signed with LPRC, it says petroleum storage agreement.
Yes, so you are. But it went further. That's the heading, right? But go to the details.
So I'm wondering if this storage was nothing about storage.
No,
why is it saying petroleum storage agreement?
Because he built. Okay, so this is what it is. He acquired. We didn't go through the entire agreement. He acquired a piece of land, I think 2.3 acres from NPA, and then went to LPRC to consummate a contract to build storage tank. So that's the background, to build petroleum storage tank. So the storage tank was intended for him to import. It's his private tank. For him to import, since he was involved in importing, he represented his own contract, as I read. He represented to LPRC that he was importing and selling petroleum products. And for that, he wanted to build petroleum storage terminal. And that's why the LPRC consummated the contract with him so that he could bring his own product and have those products stored in his tank. So
Senator that's Emmanuel Nuquay, thank you. We'll hold you there. Let's go to the line. If Representative Musa Bility call, we'll take his call. 0777. Oh wow! Someone said Musa Bility the man call. 0777 700 995 555 995 995. Let me take Musa Bility. Musa, good morning.
Good morning, Clarence, and good morning to the senator.
Good morning, Musa. Let's hear you.
Look, I don't have much to say today because I think the senator has exposed himself. But what I want
Oh, local call keeps coming in. Yeah, Musa.
specifically, you with me?
Yeah. A local call came in, but I canceled it already.
Yes, the agreement that I have with LPRC is specifically and purposely for storage. It is for no other reason but for storage, and it's well stated. And it goes beyond to say it is for me to bring my own fuel, to put it there, or put the fuel of other importer with the approval of LPRC. And that's what we've been doing. Number two, the act the senator is reading there, that act, there is absolutely nothing in that act that talks about storage. Zero word regarding storage. Nothing. So
except that Senator Nuquay, there are provisions in the act that talks about your company doing particular work. It did not measure anything about storage.
No. It
But is
says,
it that mention importation
read it.
fuel?
Come again, Bility? Okay, Musa, thank you. We gotta let you go. The calls keep coming. It keeps. Let's go to this other line. Hello.
Morning, Musa. Good morning, Clarence.
Good morning.
Good morning to Senator Nuquay. My name is Samukai. I call you from Ghana's this morning.
Yes, Samukai, you are the chief of office staff to LPRC Managing Director Amos Toe.
Precisely. Clarence, I really think Honorable Bility owes the senators apology, and the people of Liberia a big apology as well. The reason is simple. Let me just state clearly that you asked a question: why did LPRC allow streamers to store petroleum products? Now, when we asked the question to people who have been managing LPRC, they said the capacity of LPRC at the time to keep enough petroleum product in the country was a little lower, so they allow private terminals, the corners and other places to store enough petroleum products, so we can have the situation we had in 2020. That's the reason why. That doesn't mean that he had the right to store it. It was just a professional way of keeping petroleum product in the country. Besides that, Clarence, look, Musa has not been paying even license fee. If you go to his agreement, he's supposed to get license fee.
The government ain't been telling all that one.
Yeah, I'm telling you, that's the reason why I say Musa owe the people of Liberia an apology. He owes the senators apology.
Okay, we'll leave it there, Musa. Let's go to the line. Let's take other callers. Hello?
Good morning.
Good morning.
David Koti, my name.
Yeah, Koti.
Thank you. Let me say many thanks to Senator Nuquay for coming to studio today. It's always good to listen to the other side of the story. You know, when you listen to one side, listen to the other side, you get a balanced view of the entire thing. I think we should respect this one statement coming from Mr. Musa Bility. The law is the law. Yeah, the law has to now be the law. There's one portion that was read by the senator, something about being approved by the president. I don't care what you do with LPRC, sign all the storage or whatever document. Once it is not approved by the president, my friend, it is null and void. He's our good friend. I admire him for the development initiative beyond borders, beyond NIMBA, all over. That's very good. We want to see more of that. But the law is the law.
Okay, cool.
Once it wasn't approved by the president, my friend, you got to go and redo it.
Thank you. Thank you. Let me take this call from Rwanda, and then we'll go to Paris in France. Hello?
Yeah, good morning, Pizzo, and good morning to the Senator Studio. This is Winston again. Let me say, you know, my attention has been drawn to this whole thing with the LPRC stuff. You know, we have made this thing to look that it's more like the way when people used to think about war crime code coming to Liberia, people always talk about Prince Johnson and stuff like that. So this thing about the LPRC is something, it should be a generalized issue, but you know, the time frame that, Senator Nuquay and Senator Prince Kim Moy did it, They have made it to look that
it is not them. It is the Senate. It is the Liberian Senate.
Which I think it should not be that case. It should be for the interest of the Liberian people. We should mostly be concerned about what trickle down effect this thing has to do with the people of Liberia. So thank you.
So okay, you talk about 16 million going to the country. You say it's not about the interest of Liberia. Who is he?
Let's go to France. Then we'll come to Senator Samuel Koga. Hello.
Good morning, Clara. Frank Gibson, I call from Paris. You know the gentleman who just dropped the line. Go on what I wanted to say.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Senator Nuquay in the studio, I think he got an oversight. But he's standing in the studio defending the LPRC. That's a double standard. That's how I see it. Because it is LPRC should be defending her own case, not the senator. The senator
but he attacked me. He accused me.
1 minute, Senator. Let me I will ask him. Come again. Go ahead.
I said the senator should call the LPRC in the Senate to know what is happening. But coming into the studio defending LPRC, I think that's another.
No, but the senator said that the committee called LPRC. LPRC went there and gave them information.
The LPRC should come in the studio to defend the side of the LPRC. It's not a senator job. That's not what he paid for.
Now, may I explain what we did?
I think the senator is explaining how he wrote the letter and all the things that happened.
Exactly.
No, but the senator letter part of explanation is dwelling on the defense of the LPRC.
Okay, Frank. Let me hear Senator Samuel Koga on this one. Hello.
Yeah. Good morning, Clarence.
Senator, good morning.
Good morning to my learned colleagues, J. Emmanuel Nuquay. I listened to the expose, but I got two concerns, and these concerns has to do with number one, allowing Honorable Bility to build a tank at the Freeport of Monrovia.
Okay.
Then the second aspect has to do with the law that says that the president is the only person that authorized. Let me cite you to a memory. Article 34 of the 1986 Constitution provides that the legislature, more especially from the House of Representatives, shall levy taxes and other fees and etc. But this identical law, we apportion it to the Ministry of Finance in terms of regulating taxes, and besides that, even giving tax incentive, which it is a responsibility of the House of Representatives. That right has been given to the Ministry of Finance. Now, if you allow this gentleman to build a thing on your grounds, automatically, how do you expect him to bring his things? He built it because he wants to bring in products, and more besides internationally accepted rules. Commingled goods are allowed on our jurisprudence. Where, for instance, people came, Liberians leave for here to go to China. Whenever they are coming, over 10 to 15% will put all of their goods in one container. There's a group, but that container need one individual will bear the need as a consignee.
Senator Koga, what will you do when the Senate gets back?
No, I come in, please. So the issue of LPRC saying that any product from outside of any company should not go to Musa's tank, that is restriction. This identical thing, I think, is a wish hunt. That's an aspect I got problem with.
It's a wish hunt.
It's a wish hunt.
You think they're going after Bility?
Of course, yes.
So that's why I'm asking as a senator, what will you do?
The reason why I'm coming out, why it is true that Musa Bility is a representative and equally so businessman, he's one of my citizens. And I'm a senator of the country.
So you got to pick the issue up.
Anything going on the contrary, I'm going to come in legally. The issue that has to do with restricting that anybody that comes with products should not store in Musa Bility thing. That's where I got problem with.
Senator, thank you.
You don't do that.
Thank you.
You don't do that.
Thank you. Thank you. Senator Koga say the man I said he will take issue with you. Hello?
Good morning, Piso.
Good morning.
Let me say good morning to Senator James Emmanuel Nuquay. My name is Joe Kamo. I joined you this morning from Lower Magibi County.
Yeah, Joe.
Piso, let me appreciate the senator for a deliberation this morning. And you see, some of us, we the ordinary people, we see the advocacy of the senator to be in a rightful direction. For a long time now, these importers have been exploiting from the ordinary people. Just imagine some of the plan of the senator online. Can you imagine we're paying for evaporation fees and ordinary people? Which kind of wickedness is that? So,
Okay, thank you. Hello?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Clarence. Thank you. This is Fanny Dugley.
Yeah, Fanny.
Thank you for the opportunity. I've been following the program, and thanks to Mr. Nuquay for the clarity provided. And I think what he said actually makes everything that many have been saying, pundits and critics have been saying about this Petroleum Saga. But more importantly, I think instead of just leaving it to where it is, I think the Senate should ensure that Mr. Bility, all of the revenue he collected, that according to the contract that the senator read, he was not to collect. I think it is about time he provide accountability of those funds.
But he was collecting them with the consent of LPRC, my friend.
So the consent.
But that consent was not approved by the president as per the law.
So this current.
But LPRC did not interpose any objection.
It doesn't make it.
Thank you, Fanny. Thank you. Let me take a call from Minnesota in the U.S. Hello.
Good morning, Mr. Jackson.
Good morning.
And good morning to Senator Nuquay. I'm Thomas William calling from Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
I want to quote Mr. Bility. The law is the law. My question goes to the senator in studio. Mr. Senator, thank you very much. And this is the reason why you have to visit the radio station frequently than once or twice a year to provide the kind of clarity. Well, I have a question. Given what we have heard, are you saying moving forward, Musa Bility is going to pay a rental fee for being engaged in business? Because all our law there's a provision for people who are engaged in rental activity to pay rental fees to the government. Are you saying, I want you to be clear and tell the Liberian people, moving forward, after giving the clarity and the distinction between Musa legal business, are you saying moving forward, saying he's involved in rental activity, is going to pay rental fees to the government, and when will this take effect? Thank you very much.
Thank you. Let me take the final call. I'm sure also from outside the country. Then we can go back to Senator Nuquay. Hello.
Good morning, Clarence.
Yep.
Good morning to Senator Nuquay. Clarence, thank you for the opportunity. I have already respected Senator Nuquay. I have no.
Just call your name and where you call from.
My name is Chris Maker T, and I join you from Lagos, Nigeria.
Okay.
Clarence, thank you to the senator. I think, like the chief of office staff of the FPRC boss, Musa owes an apology. He owes us as Liberia an apology. Look at the pricing structure. The senator Nuquay said, so the only people who pay for evaporations, the only people who benefit rather, are the importers. But ordinary people who buy 500,000 gallons of fuel or gas and carry it to Sano or Grand Gire, those people are not importing. So it is only Musa Bility. I don't really know why Musa Bility.
Okay, sir.
As if he's the only importer in the country. Something sinister is about the whole petroleum product when it comes to Musa Bility.
Thank you. Let's go back to Senator Nuquay. He can use the rest of the time, the 7 minutes. Senator?
Yeah.
Exchange of opinion, different opinions.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, so thank you. The first thing is that Musa said.
Okay, out of courtesy, I will take Senator Prince Moy.
Okay.
Senator Moy, let's hear you.
Thank you, Clarence, and good morning to our former speaker and the great senator of Maigibi County.
Good morning.
Sorry, I just left Bangad. I've been trying to get honor coverage to court. I know you almost closely, but let me just say thank you to Senator Nuquay for laying out the issue clearly. Clarence, in this country, some of us that don't visit the radio station every day, people tend to use our names wrongly in providing information to the public that are not factual. And thanks to Senator Nuquay for taking out the time to sit and explain what has transpired regarding the storage fees and other charges within the petroleum industry. And like all of us have said, one thing that baffled me, that Liberians are not getting. For Honorable Musa Bility to keep saying, they took my money from me, they took my money from me. I mean, and nobody thinking about stopping him from saying that. That's not his money. That's not his money. That's the Liberian people money that for some reason he has been benefiting for so long. But it doesn't mean that it can't stop now. This is about time that we understand it and understand it well. The function of LPRC, as Senator Nuquay read the contract, LPRC has that mandate to store all petroleum products that come in the country. In the event where they don't have the capacity, they go to this, they give permission to these private tanks to store petroleum products outside their woods. But it doesn't mean that's their right. So if they are getting money from storage fee to run the sector, LPRC, and that storage fee is automatically taken by the private tank owners. And we are now saying, look, this is not fair to the Liberian people. You can take money that you have not been working for. Is that something for somebody to be passing around saying, hey, you know, they're taking my money from me, they're witch hunting me? Who else in that sector has come on radio to condemn the action of the president and the Senate? Nobody.
Okay, Senator Moy, thank you. Thank you.
It means that you cry all over on the radio station, that means that something, and you know, you've been doing correct for us to say them fold our hands. Nobody is witch hunting honorability. He's a businessman. I mean, he can take advantage of all the different margins. I mean, he can import his petroleum product, so in his tank, get the importer margin, the retailer margin, the distributor margin. He can get all the margins.
Okay, thank you.
And you know something we are after. So thanks to the senator for taking off his time to let the public know. Sometimes I think we got to be going on all the radio stations.
Thank you, Senator Moy. Thank you.
Yeah.
Senator Nuquay, let's hear you.
Yeah, so I like to begin with the concerns of Senator Koga. He talked about Musa building a tank. And I'd like to encourage Senator Koga to read the contract. The contract that Musa signed. Musa signed a contract to build petroleum tanks pursuant to the importation license issued him by LPRC. And it stated, I read it. Maybe I should read it again. Whereas Streamers represents that it is engaged in the importation and sale of petroleum products pursuant to the license issued by LPRC. And I read the other one. Whereas Streamers further represents that utilizing the property he leased for NPA is in this contract. Sufficient operational storage and loading facilities can be provided for the Liberian market on a regular basis. And to this end, has requested LPRC to issue to Streamer the license A for the importation and sales of petroleum products on the Liberian market, and B to provide bunkering services and the importation and transshipment of petroleum products. He acquired a portion of land from the port, and he went to LPRC and said, I have a land, I'm engaged in petroleum importation, but I need my own tanks. And that's what this storage agreement is all about. So he built his tanks for his own importation business, not to be used as commercial tank to generate money. Because as I indicated, which he didn't dispute, Musa himself didn't dispute, we added 10 cents to LPRC storage charge when they were rehabilitating the tank farm. So is Musa saying that 10 cents for him?
Okay, Senator Nuquay. We can conclude now. Yeah.
Then Senator Koga talk about Musa being restricted in LPRC. But the man went for a contract. If he was restricted, why did he sign it? Was it coerced to sign his own contract that he was restricted? The storage is for LPRC. That's why LPRC decided to protect their role as the institution responsible for storage. That look, we're not giving you our role. Our responsibility to store, we're not giving it to you. But in the event you need to store for any, you don't store for any importer. In the event you need to do that, we have to approve. And I'd like to come to Musa. Musa indicated that the law are rare. They're not talking about storage. So he agreed with me that the law are rare says that he cannot do petroleum business in this country without the written consent of LPRC approved by the president. And he didn't get that approval from the president. So Musa, my brother and friend in the Liberian way, you can cry tire. They say you go cry tire. You go cry tire. This thing is done.
Okay, Senator Nuquay, thank you so much for coming. I hope we'll always have you to talk more Magibi development, other issues. Thank you. Thanks to all of you. Tomorrow we'll be here. I have Senator Numeno Batikwa here tomorrow to talk about our visit to Asla Metal the other day. I'm out of here. Thanks to all of you.